Hey everyone, and welcome back to another great video. And today I'm going to be discussing a little bit more about my book, Infected. This is just a working title. And in my previous video, I discussed a little bit about some of the main characters of the story, some of the heroes, and why I really like them, and how I've actually become kind of personally attached to my own characters. Who would have thought? You know, I'm very reluctant to kill them off for that reason. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing the villain of the story, because what's a good story without a villain, right? In my opinion, the villain, in a way, kind of shapes stories and characters, right? Think about Batman. Would he have ever been Batman if he had never fought Ra's al Ghul or, Bane or the Joker or Mr. Freeze? All those villains and fights he went through and those conflicts, they all shaped him in a way. And I understand this very well going into my first novel. You need to have a clearly good, well-defined villain, right? And the villain of this story is Dr. Liam Anderson, and he shows up extremely early. You see him right in the very opening scene as a team of SEALs are dropping down into a research facility to investigate, as they were hired out to do, and they see him there working on Project Zeta, and we go into that a little bit later. He's developing biological weapons for the Department of Defense, and the commander of the SEALs doesn't understand why, because he knows Dr. Anderson was in the story, of course, on the CIA's most wanted list, ranked above even terrorist leaders. So he doesn't understand how that happened, how he went from being wanted to working for the Department of Defense. That's an interesting little side plot I develop. But Dr. Anderson he's a very brutal, insane man, But he thinks he's doing right. Dr. Anderson's sort of superpower, if you will, isn't that, he can control things, he's not super strong, he's not really wealthy, he's not politically powerful. What makes him so dangerous is his intellect. He believes his intellect is his power. It makes him stronger than anybody. And what he has done is he has created a biological weapon capable of turning a human being into a weapon. He's created a virus that won't stop replicating itself, and what it does is it causes that human being to infect others and others and others and others. So he's literally turned people into weapons. He's completely insane. He's barbaric, really. But in his mind, he has created the weapon of weapons. He believes it's more powerful than nuclear bombs, right? He believes now, he says, with just one man, you give me one man and I can bring down a whole nation with it. He believes now he's given himself the ultimate power, and he can control and shape the world however he sees fit. Even though his version of what the world should be is very depraved and twisted, in his mind, it's right. In his mind, he can set himself up as ruler. And again, he's insane. I even kind of give him a little character distinction is that his own face has twisted scars, because as a result of his experiments, he's so crazy, he's experimented on himself, and some of them have backfired on him, resulting in these scars. So he's the villain. And again, you have to remember, in his mind, he thinks it's right. He doesn't go home and, dress like a goth and just think dark, grim thoughts all day. He literally thinks, he said, I can end terrorism, I can end global warming by wiping people out. I mean, he's completely nuts, but this is the villain. He is the problem that our characters have to solve. He's the creator of this horrendous virus, this infection that is spreading throughout the world that our characters must solve, that our heroes have to solve, right? This is the problem in need of a resolution. So it's a little bit about my villain. Again, in my opinion, every great story has to have a great villain, if you understand what I mean. And this is my villain, so that's a little bit more, a little snapshot, a little sneak peek into my book, Infected. And if you're looking forward to it, hey, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.